Hey Mike, what's going on? I just saw your video for your top three Christmas movies, and I never really considered if I had a top three or a top five or whatever. I just know I have certain movies that I like to watch, and during the Christmas holidays, and what really brings like Christmas home for me. Now, aside from the horror movies that I talk about all the time, like Black Christmas and stuff like that, I mean, honest to goodness, Christmas movies. For me, kind of a traditionalist, so I can go with any number of different versions of A Christmas Carol. Um, there was one that I saw like in the mid 80s that I thought was pretty cool. I like the music in it, had a lot more music. But the old black and white is also really good. Definitely It's a Wonderful Life. I remember a time when It's a Wonderful Life showed like on every channel. You could watch like you could start the movie and then 5 seconds later change to another channel and it would just be starting. Then 5, 10 minutes later it would just be starting on another channel. Well, since then I believe NBC bought the rights to that movie, so it only shows on NBC and it only shows like the one time unless somebody strikes some kind of big deal with NBC to show it. But It's a Wonderful Life is a definitely cool Christmas movie, has a really cool message to it, to appreciate what you have and appreciate the things you've done. Um, Shows you that you can affect people without even knowing it. So I like that one a lot. Let's see. Well, of course, there's like a slew of animated features that I like. Those really bring it home for me because it reminds me of like my childhood. Um, Nothing quite like sitting in front of the TV and watching the CBS special logo come up, and then either have a Charlie Brown Christmas or you have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A lot of different stop motion animation deals coming up, so that's always cool. I have never seen Elf. I know, I know, criminal, I'm sure, but I've never seen Elf. Um, but I'm sure you can guess what my number one is, and that would have to be uh, A Christmas Story. A Christmas Story has that very, very warm kind of a old-fashioned type Christmas feel, but over the top comedy ensues. The poor kid's pursuit of the Red Ryder BB gun, his brother's battle with too many jackets. It reminds me of when I was a kid. My mom would send us out pretty bundled up, and then we'd have to like spend a good 15, 20 minutes taking all that stuff off once we got to school. Uh, and you know, there's something special about A Christmas Story since it warrants 24 hours, a 24-hour marathon of that show on TBS. And I know I'm a fan because one season I watched every bit of that 24 hours that I could get my hands on. Things would come up, we'd have to leave, but as soon as I got home, back on it went. I'd catch it right where I left off, or maybe starting over again. So I'd say out of those 24 hours, I probably caught a solid 16 hours of the 24 hours. And then when the 24-hour marathon was over, pulled out my DVD, threw it in, watched it from the beginning. So I never get tired of that movie. It's an awesome movie. I liked it a lot. Uh, there's a lot of ornaments and stuff that I've seen at like Walgreens. They have a really cool replica of Ralphie on the slide trying to talk to Santa Claus, and he has his foot in his face. It's a little tiny Ralphie and a little tiny Santa Claus, and he's just pushing him down with his foot. So I'd like to get that. I used to have a stocking that looked like the one of those Christmas stockings that looked like the leg lamp. So um, yeah, definitely number one for me is A Christmas Story. I'm sure there's others, but those are the main ones that come to mind. So, well, just wanted to throw my little video response out to your video, and just wish you a happy holiday to you and your wife, and very Merry Christmas. Cheers.